What's up, y'all? LouPaysMore.com. I don't know what that means. Oh, Lou Fuse pays more for your trade-ins. I see. Okay. Yay. So what's happening, folks? Yeah, I'm a little bit early today. Figured I'd sneak up on all you folks today and do my regular Friday thing. Only I'm doing a little early. Actually, I'm a couple hours early from what I usually do. There's a good reason for that. Road trip. Anyway. So, just headed home right now. Gonna, go home, pack up a few things, and take off. Yep. Anyway. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Never is. Thing moves around, don't it? I need to do something about that. Oh, that's why, because I got it locked all the way. There we go, that's better. Had a screw in the back that was loose. What's happening, viewer? How's it going? You gonna stay and chat for a while? Hang out with me for a little bit? Are you gonna be one of those? Yeah, it figures. That's all right. I always get a few of those that happens with. There we go. All right, now it's good and tight. Yep. Another Funktastic Friday. Well, Fallout Friday. I didn't do a whole lot today. I had some training I had to do on a program at work about personal protective equipment. I took it the other day. I failed it, the test at the end the other day. But I managed to pass it after like 4 tries today, so that weren't too bad, I guess. I had to review some of the stuff and get the correct answers. But you know how that goes. And I'm tired. Alright, folks. Gotta make up your mind what you're gonna do. Yep. I think I'll just hang out in this lane. I had a headache. Jeez. Alright. So what's up with Walmart? So it's like I go to Walmart, right? Yesterday. Well, actually I went to Target first. And I thought, well, I'll look for some new vinyl. Meaning record albums, you know, vinyl records. And I went to their audio video section, you know, where they have that stuff. And I was looking, and the only metal album they had, well, it's not even really metal, it's like animal rock, that they had was Motley Crue. And they had a bunch of bands I've never even heard of, but they weren't metal bands. They were like that electronic shit, you know, that you listen to. So I decided, well, I'll leave Target and I'll go here to Walmart and see what Walmart's got. And it seems to me that every time I go to Walmart to get an album, they have an abundance of albums. Like when I go there and I'm not really looking for anything, but then when I go looking for something that's specific, there's just a couple albums that I'd really like to have on vinyl. And they had one Poison album. They had two Van Halen albums. They had 1984 and something else. I've already got 1984, so I didn't need that one. And then they had Diver Down. Then they had a AC/DC album, which I already had that one. Then they had a Beatles album, and I'm not much on buying material from the Beatles because I don't listen to the Beatles that often. And let's see, what else did they have? I can't remember. Anyway, but it was only like 4 or 5 albums that I would have remotely been interested in if either A, I didn't already have them, or, because some of that stuff I have on CD, and I really don't care to own it on vinyl, unless, of course, it's like a colored vinyl, like yellow, or green, or silver. One silver album was a Lynyrd Skynyrd, like the best of Lynyrd Skynyrd. But I always find that, when they do these best of albums, a lot of times they cut like some of the music, like they edit the music, I guess to make it fit on the vinyl or whatever, or so that they don't have to use more than one album or one piece of vinyl album. So they're usually like a dual album, which is kind of lousy, but I'm actually looking for Blizzard of Oz by Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm looking for Saint Anger by Metallica. Those are the only two really that I know that Walmart carries right now that I'd like to have. I wouldn't mind having that Smashing Pumpkins album. It's like a best of compilation type album. But I passed it up. I went through Potosi, Missouri a few weeks ago, and I stopped in there. I ended up buying the Metallica and Justice for All album. It was on green vinyl. It's a dual or 2 album set, and I've not even played it. I don't think I've even opened it yet. I don't think I've played it either. And I thought, how cool is that? It's a Walmart exclusive. It means the only stores that have that album are Walmart stores. Whenever you go to Target or Kmart or Walmart or anywhere like that, like these department stores, and you read the hype sticker, like they have a hype sticker on it usually that, exclusively, by this company, special vinyl, limited edition, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times they'll only release them for a short time. So if you get a chance to get one, that's pretty cool, But I haven't been able to find any good albums, like at Walmart or Target or anything. We don't have Kmart here anymore. Kmart's gone. So if Kmart was around, I could check them out too. I think they've got an online store, but I don't think there's any physical stores within 100 miles of me, and I'm not going to drive that far to get an album. The only reason I stopped in Potosi is because I was down that way, which is kind of southeast of where I am, or southwest of where I am. We were going to a place called Catalonian, something like that. It's a little Christmas town south of where I live, which was a pretty cool little place. Candalonia. I don't remember the name of the place. Anyway. And where's everybody at? It's Friday. It's like 2:45 my time. I've usually got people stopping in, you know, like all my regular folks. Sometimes I get disappointed, you know, that it's like I'm just wasting my breath. That's all right. I'll just mumble till I get home. If somebody finds anything I'm talking about interesting, they'll comment, or they'll stop in for a minute or two. I get that a lot. I guess I need to have a bigger clientele or something. Anyway, I posted some short videos today and a couple of long videos, some Job Boy and Billy stuff. I posted one song. It's called Happy Boy, but it was immediately pulled because of copyright issues. Again, I'm thinking seriously about getting rid of YouTube. Well, I'm not going to get rid of them. I'll just start, you know, just posting shit on YouTube, but I'll go and do my live videos somewhere else, like Twitch or I don't know, Rumble, maybe BitChute, something like that. They're not so high on telling people that you can't post something on there because somebody else claimed rights to it, you know, which really sucks, because you would think that with, brought to you by Zevia, cola drink. Kind of tastes like old Czech cola from back in the day. But anyway, so you would think that, you know, these copyright people, whoever they are, that claim copyrights to these music, would understand that, first of all, I'm not getting paid to do this. There's no monetary gain on my channel at all. And I really don't care to get monetized. You know, I don't do this for that. I mean, I guess, you know, if this was all I had to do to make money, either this or go out and get paid to protest somewhere or get paid to tear shit up, you know, it might be kind of interesting, but you know, I'm a better person than that. So, or I could be out doing, like, you know, Uber or DoorDash. DoorDash and Uber are for, like, lazy people that don't want to work for a living, as far as I'm concerned. I understand under special circumstances some people can't get jobs in regular places, maybe because they don't have enough job experience, or I don't know, maybe they got fired from a job before, you know, something. But employers will look for any reason not to hire people these days, you know, but that's the kind of jobs that those people are getting. But anyway, so I work for a living. I'm not scared of little work. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, you would think that, you know, these companies would like for their music to be exposed, whether it's from me or somebody else, you know. Popularity, basically, I guess. Or it's like the more people that hear something will be more likely to share it with somebody else that they think will like it, and then those people will like it, and then they'll share it with more people they like it, and then before you know it, people are buying albums and tapes and CDs and anything else they can get their hands on by these bands, right? But no, they don't want anybody sharing somebody else's music, especially if it's more than like 30 seconds long. So like the Happy Boy song is like 2 minutes and I think it came out to like 2 minutes and 14 seconds or something like that. And I shared it. And then I put a couple more videos up, short videos. And I noticed that I had one that said it was blocked. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And sure enough, it was the Happy Boy song, which I used to listen to a radio team in the mornings called John Boy and Billy, the Big Show out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And they retired at the end of last year. Like their last show, I think, was like the 23rd or something like that. So they're not even on the radio anymore. So I've been listening to their podcast. And hell, I figure, if I take like bits and stuff that they do off of their show or did off of their show, and I share them on my page, and people like them, then they're going to go hit up those podcasts, and they're going to experience the John Boy and Billy Big Show like I did when I was a kid, But I guess, these companies that claim rights to these things, they don't think about stuff like that. I mean, if I was an artist, I'd be happy for people to share my stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm not, so they don't. Not unless you guys are sharing my videos, But, I don't even care about that, really. If you want to share my videos, share away, Just leave me some kudos or something. Just say, hey, Jim, thanks for, the video or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Make it easier on me. Because, like, if I got exposed on, to like other people's channels, like this guy that I talk to every now and then, his name is Magomeat Utters, and he'll get on here and talk to me, and he's a pretty good guy. And I mean, he plugs my channel all the time. He tells people to go check me out and stuff like that. Hell, that's great. For the people, the views and the subscribers and stuff, that's great. But the issue lies where, these companies don't want to share their shit, and they don't want to, put stuff out there to be listened to. I mean, it's not like we're all sitting back with a freaking download button, download this shit. I don't think I've ever downloaded anything off of YouTube. Now, I have with some other sites, downloaded stuff and shared. And see, that was one of the things too. If you look in the bylaws or policies or community standards or whatever for YouTube, they encourage you to share other people's material. But then when you do, they want to hit you up on copyright infringement. I mean, what's up with that, YouTube? Can somebody at YouTube tell me what's up with that? You guys want me to fucking share other people's shit, but when I do, then you fucking slam me for it, dumbass. So, anyway, I guess that's some more of that fucking, YouTube and Google and a couple of the other big, like, search engines, I think, are all in cahoots now. I think DuckDuckGo, they don't do their privacy thing anymore. I know that what is the name of that company? I forget. Damn, I can't even think today, y'all. I'm tired. I've got to drive this evening. But I mean, it's just it's senseless that it's like an oxymoron, Oh, share people's shit, but we're gonna copyright infringe you for it. What do I got to do? Put on there that it was altered and claim rights myself? I'm not going to claim rights to something that I didn't create, you know. I guess if I give them, you know, kudos or whatever, then that makes it okay. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Here I am just blabbing away. Nobody's even on here watching my shit. Oh well. Maybe I'll just shut up. That's what it is. I think people come on here and my voice intimidates them or something. I don't know. Anyway, did I do my plug? I already did my plug, right? For Zevia Cola. It's pretty good. My throat gets dry and stuff, you know. Yep. I need to call Kentucky Highway Patrol too while I'm thinking about it here in a little bit. Got to find out what their policies are for marijuana, since I'm coming from a state that it's legal in. I don't smoke. I found that smoking weed is, I don't know, it's just as nasty. It smells bad. Of course, back in the day, I smoked a lot of weed when I was younger. It's the only way I could deal with life. I was so fucking stressed out all the time. And I was with a woman that liked to stress me out all the time. So I smoked weed so I didn't have to deal with that shit. But it made me more aware, so to speak, of what, you know, she was doing. I wouldn't say I was paranoid, but I guess to a certain point you kind of have to be, you know, when you got a woman that isn't treating you right, and, you know, she's doing God only knows what behind your back. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, see, Udders came in. Let's see, I've been on 22 minutes. So Udders came in yesterday about the same time of where I'm at right now, and I don't see him yet. So I'm guessing he's not going to show up. So Udders, if you watch this, buddy, just know that I missed you today. I'm guessing my daughter's either working or napping, because I haven't seen her either, and I usually do by now. If I'm on and she's on and she sees me. But who's to say that YouTube's even sending my shit out, you know? I've had, what, 4 viewers come in and go since I've been on. I've been on 23 minutes, 24 minutes. And I've seen probably 4 or 5 people come and go. So my guess is that people aren't getting notifications that I'm on. And it's probably because of that fucking copyright bullshit. Now, I erased the video. I did delete it, you know, because I don't want them shutting down my channel, because I'll lose all the shit that's on there, you know. But I think it's pretty fucked up, you know, that this is supposed to be a you know, something like entrepreneurs do, you know what I mean? People like I don't know, JD Delay and like CryX guy, and what is that woman's, Roma's Army, and some of the other people I watch, Minuteman Mountain. You know, they're all good people, and they do, a lot of them do this full time. This is what they do. You know, I wonder how much problem they have with their YouTube sending out their notifications. You know, is it because I don't really talk about anything controversial if I can help it. Every once in a while I do mention, you know, politics or religion, or, you know, like stupid shit like protests and stuff like that that are going on. But I usually don't discuss that shit too much, because it's become quite drab and quite boring. And it's the same old shit. It's the same old people. It's the same fucking political party. It's the same people in religion. You know, I just would rather not even waste my time on it. But then again, that seems to be what people are into, and they really want to discuss this stuff, or they want you to talk about it. And I notice that a lot of times when, you know, when people are talking about those kinds of things, it brings in big crowds. So I'm kind of torn, you know, do I talk about those things and, you know, piss people off, you know, like the little Antifa bastards that are tearing up shit in Minneapolis right now, or do I just keep my mouth shut and pretend like everything's okay? You know, I mean, some people really aren't up on what's going on in the world, I guess, as much as I am, but you know, a lot of that shit I don't particularly care to share. I don't want to give them any more publicity than, you know, they deserve, because they don't deserve any publicity at all. You know, they're doing things that are, you know, totally against the Constitution and totally against the law, and you know, they're getting praised for it, and that's just not right. Anyway, folks, I'm home. Another 26 minutes in the books. I'm gonna go get my shit together. I might do a little video later on or something, but you guys take it easy, and we'll talk to you later.